Welcome back, truth seekers, to the Secret Scrolls. Today, we're unlocking the hidden stories of places where life once thrived, and death left its mark. Hospitals, places meant to heal, are supposed to feel safe, right? But what happens when they're abandoned, left to rot, and whispers of the past turn into screams in the dark? We're counting down 8 of the spookiest abandoned hospitals around the world, from ghostly nurses to tortured souls who just won't leave. Buckle up, because this ride's about to get chilling. Kicking things off at number 8, we're heading to the Philippines, to Clark Air Base Hospital. This place has a history as wild as it is haunting. Built in the early 1900s, it served as a U.S. military hospital until 1991, when Mount Pinatubo erupted and forced everyone out. The eruption buried the area in ash, leaving this hospital a ghost of its former self, literally. During its peak, Clark was a lifeline for soldiers and locals alike, but its bloody past goes way back. War, disease, and disaster left scars here. When Ghost Hunters International visited, they called it one of the most haunted places on the planet. Why? Locals say headless apparitions roam the halls, and mysterious voices echo through the empty wards. One story claims a serviceman who took his own life still haunts the nearby Clark Museum, where he supposedly hanged himself. Imagine walking these corridors at night. You hear footsteps behind you, no one's there. Then, a cold breeze hits, and suddenly, you're not alone. Residents nearby say violent spirits make this place off-limits after dark. The hospital's been abandoned since '91, but those who've dared to explore report feeling watched, like the past is still alive here. Next up, number 7, Narrenturm in Vienna, Austria. This isn't your typical hospital. Built in 1784, it's the oldest building in the world, designed specifically for the mentally ill. Its name? Fool's Tower. Yeah, they weren't subtle back then. This 5-story, fortress-like structure housed hundreds of patients in tiny, cramped cells, more like a prison than a place of healing. With 139 rooms, Narrenturm was a nightmare factory. Patients were chained up, subjected to brutal treatments, and left to rot. It operated until the late 19th century, then became a medical museum. But here's the kicker. People say the spirits of those tormented souls never left. Visitors report hearing cries from empty rooms, and some swear they've seen shadowy figures peering out of those creepy little windows. One tale says a patient who died during a botched treatment still wanders the tower, rattling chains. It's now part of the University of Vienna, but don't let that fool you. This place oozes dread. Number 6 takes us to South Korea, Gonjeom Psychiatric Hospital. This place is so spooky, it inspired a hit horror movie in 2018. Opened in the 1970s, it shut down suddenly in the 90s, and no one knows exactly why. Rumors say patient abuse, mysterious deaths, and staff suicides forced its closure. Sounds like a recipe for hauntings, right? Gonjeom's got all the horror vibes, peeling paint, scattered medical records, and a vibe that screams, "Get out." Locals claim the spirits of tortured patients still linger. Ghost hunters report doors slamming shut on their own, and one chilling story says a woman's voice begs for help from an empty room. It was abandoned so fast, they left everything behind. Beds, equipment, even patient files. Paranormal investigators love this place, and some say they've caught EVPs, electronic voice phenomena, of cries and whispers. Would you dare step inside? This one's a hard pass for me. At number 5, we're in Moscow, Russia, Kovrinskaya Hospital. Nicknamed the Umbrella Building for its creepy shape, this place was meant to be a state-of-the-art facility when construction started in 1980. But it was doomed from the start. Built on swampy ground, the lower floors flooded and work stopped in '85. It never even opened. Left to decay, Kovrinskaya became a magnet for vandals, squatters, and ghost stories. Some say it's haunted by the spirits of a forgotten cemetery that once sat here. Others claim shadowy figures stalk the halls and screams echo from the flooded basement. It's one of Russia's most notorious abandoned sites, guarded heavily to keep people out. One legend says a group of teens exploring here vanished, only to be found dead days later. No explanation. True or not, this place feels cursed. It's since been demolished, but the stories live on. Number 4 brings us to Canada. Riverview Hospital in Coquitlam, British Columbia. Opened in 1913, this psychiatric facility was once a bustling campus treating thousands of patients. But by 2012, it shut down, leaving behind 90 hectares of eerie buildings and a dark legacy. Riverview was known for overcrowding and outdated treatments. Think lobotomies and electroshock therapy. Patients suffered, and many never left. Today, people say the ghosts of those souls haunt the grounds. Visitors report hearing footsteps in empty wards, and some claim to see a nurse in white drifting through the trees. Over 9,000 patients are buried in unmarked graves nearby. One worker swore they saw a patient staring from a window, years after the place closed. This isn't just spooky, it's heartbreaking. The past here refuses to rest. Number 3 takes us to England, Knockton Hall Hospital in Lincolnshire. This place started as a manor house in 1530, but during World War I, it became a hospital for wounded soldiers. It served again in World War II and even the Gulf War, but by 1995 it was abandoned after multiple arsons gutted it. The hauntings here are legendary. The big one? A young girl's ghost, said to appear in a specific bedroom at exactly 4:30 a.m., sobbing. Some say she was a servant murdered by the manor's owner centuries ago. Visitors report waking up to her cries, and cold spots plague the halls. It's a Grade 2 listed building, but no one's brave enough to restore it. Paranormal teams have caught EVPs here, whispers pleading for help. This isn't just a hospital, it's a portal to the past, and it's not letting go. Number 2, Ararat Lunatic Asylum, or Airedale, in Victoria, Australia. Opened in 1867, this was the biggest asylum down under, housing thousands of patients over 130 years. It closed in 1998, but its history is pure nightmare fuel. Violent criminals, brutal treatments, and 13,000 deaths. Electroshock therapy, isolation, you name it, Airedale did it. Today, ghost tours run here because the spirits won't leave. People hear screams, see shadowy figures, and feel hands grabbing them in the dark. One story says a nurse's ghost roams the wards, still tending to her patients. It's one of Australia's most haunted spots. Visitors say the air feels heavy, like the pain's still trapped here. This place isn't just spooky, it's a graveyard of lost souls. And here we are, number 1, the king of creepy, Waverly Hills Sanatorium in Louisville, Kentucky. Opened in 1910 to fight the tuberculosis epidemic, this place saw over 60,000 deaths. They even built a body chute, a 500-foot tunnel, to sneak corpses out without scaring patients. Chilling, right? Treatments were brutal. Ribs removed, lungs deflated, and most didn't survive. Today, it's a paranormal hotspot. The nurse in white haunts room 502, where she supposedly took her own life. People see shadow figures, hear kids playing, and feel cold hands brushing them. It's been featured on every ghost show imaginable. Ghost hunters have caught EVPs saying, "Get out," and some swear they've seen a boy with a ball vanish into thin air. This isn't just haunted, It's alive with the dead. So, which one freaked you out the most? Drop it in the comments, hit that like button, and subscribe to The Secret Scrolls for more hidden truths. Until next time, stay curious and watch your back.